XYZ Diani on the mic, babe. Beat. Um, I just wanna express what I experienced. Because it correlates to another thing as well. So yesterday I went to the beach. I don't know how much I have a story, so I'm gonna try and say it quickly. I went to the beach yesterday and did what I do to do. Actually, this detail is, I feel like it's important. So I go swim, then I bake in the sun a little bit, listen to music, um, I smoke a little tree, and then I found this like football that was like near me. I have it here. I did not leave it there. Like a pumped up ball, like, and it looks basically brand new. I'm not giving this. I don't give a fuck if this is kid size. I wish I could show you. It like felt perfectly. It like through like caught. Anyways, that's really cool. Um, and I started playing catch with myself. Um, then yeah. Then I leave the spot because I'm like, all right, it's time for me to go. I need to use the bathroom. I need to pee. And so I go to the closest bathroom near me. There's a long line. This part I did see before. I saw the part. Okay, there's a few parts of yesterday that I saw before, like yes, before it actually happened, and it was one part where there was like whistling. There was like a lifeguard on the rocks, and she was like using the whistle, and I was trying to figure out what she was whistling at. Then I asked like this the lifeguard that was on the shore. I was like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "She's probably whistling because somebody's going on each somebody's shoulders or something like that." Because you know how you put kids on your shoulders and you do that. Yeah, I was like, okay, just making sure because you know I just honestly I only think a whistle should be used if there's like physical like hurting going on, like physical hurt going on, or like they see a shark or something. Like anything else is like, or if somebody's drowning, right? Yeah. So like people playing around with their kids, putting they on their shoulders is like you can stop them there, but like you're not gonna be able to stop them then. You know. I don't know. Anyway. So I'm like, okay, cool, because I was just trying to make sure that like there wasn't any like you know how in the pool where it's like adult swim. I just kind of correlated to that, even though we're in the ocean. So I don't know why. I just was like, okay, just making sure because. I was like testing out where I should if I should go swim first or like anyways. So she already cleared that up for me that it wasn't nothing that was in my business, of my business. So I find a spot, I go swim, I come back at sun, and you know, bake in the sun a little. Um, I smoke a little tree. I find the football that I just already showed y'all, and I make my okay. So yeah, that part I forgot to say the specific part about the lifeguard that I seen, and that was it. Then I seen the football thing and how I was just like throwing it to myself, and that was the thing. I remember specifically that football throwing thing because I woke up from my dream and I was like, how pathetic is that I'm playing catch by myself? I literally the reason why like I will like remember things is because I have opinions about it. Like as if it's like a TV show I'm watching. Like I have opinions about my dreams. So I go to the bathroom. This is another part where I seen, but I in the moment when it's happening, I don't exactly realize it, but I do notice it. But I'm like, I'm kind of like a viewer myself, like, okay, let's see what happens, type of thing. And this lady, oh, there's a line. There's a line for this small ass bathroom. This bathroom I don't usually go to when I go to this particular beach. I go to a different bathroom. So it was just like, I thought it was better because it's closer, but hey, hold your seats. So we're in, me and like a family is in front, like a family's in front of me. And what you call it? Um yeah, there was a girl that came passing by and she's like, "Is this the line for the bathroom?" I said, "Yeah, girl." She said, "Ah." Goes behind me, it's behind me, and then some other ladies follow. I'm waiting in the line. This is also a little like scene that I remember as well. There's a mirror when you go like on like in the bath, like a full length mirror, and there was like another family with a stroller like set up there. Not the family that was in front of me waiting for the bathroom, there's a different family. And this little girl was like, I had these like shades on that are very extravagant, I guess you could say, and I feel like that's why people was looking at me. But then I always find that people would just be, anyways. So she was like, I could tell she was like staring at me, and I didn't I noticed that, but as I like turned to like look at her, I see this shit. There was a mirror right behind her, so I took the moment to check myself out. And when she then she turns to the mirror to look at me looking at myself, and then she turned to like the baby crying. So it was just like, just an observant child, just being a child. Anyways, like that. Because I think she thought I was looking at her, and then when she realized I wasn't looking at her, she looked in the mirror to see what I was doing, checking myself out in the mirror. I don't know. It was kind of funny, cute. It was only cute because she was a cute child, and she kind of reminded me a little bit about myself, when I was a child like that. Anyways, um, so I'm waiting in line. It's my turn, and the stall that opens up is a lady with a one piece black bathing suit, Caucasian-ish, tan, like hold that seat for that. She comes out patting her pom pom, and then I see like red, like like it's like visibly like red, like around her crotch area. And she passes the bathrooms. I mean, excuse me, she passes the sinks, like not even washing her hands, and she passes me, and I'm kind of like stunned because I'm like thinking like, I need to use the bathroom, but I don't want to go in that stall. So I think to myself, and I'm like, I should have, because I already in the line, I was already thinking to myself, I should just go to the bathroom I usually go to. But I stayed in the line because it's like, anytime I try and talk myself out of like being picky, I just get into some bullshit. So I was being picky in my mind. I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom I usually go to. And I just followed that thought. I literally picked up my cart and said, y'all go ahead. And then I went off to the other bathroom. So I get to the other bathroom, and there's not much of a line really. Um there's not a line at all. And so the next person that came out, I start to like, I pull my cart to go to that stall, but oh yeah, and there's this like the bathroom attendant. She was like an older lady, but she was like rushing everybody to like, but it was like, come on, ladies, let's go, come on, I gotta close, come on. And she was like doing that, but as soon as that stall opened, she go run herself in there. And I'm like, I kind of chuckled to myself a little bit. I'm like, I thought I said it in my head, but I said it out loud. But I was like, how you gonna rush us and then you go, I was like, how you gonna tell us to let's go, but you go into the bathroom that just opened up. I say all that. And she was like, what'd you say, dear? I was like, oh shit. Cause when a person like addresses me with like an endearment thing in the beginning of their, like, I don't know. I don't know. When they address me with an endearment name, I'm just like, oh, okay. Let me not. This ain't no like ruthless, disrespectful person. That's what I think to myself. So I'm like, I try and lighten it up the way I said it. I was like, no, I was just saying that like you was just like rushing us and you go into the stall. How am I supposed to use the bathroom and hurry up for you? So she's like, oh, I have to go. That's what I have to do. I have to go into the bathroom every time somebody comes out. Check it and make sure everything's good. And I was like, oh, okay, now I see what you're doing. Okay, my bad. I don't know what I thought. My bad. Do you think? So I'm about to go into the stall, and she's like, do you want me to mop that? I was gonna mop that, and I was like, I mean, I gotta hurry up. So she's like, nah, let me get this mop. So she's trying to find the mop, and then she whispers to me as she's passing by trying to find the mop. She's like, I can't even find this mop. And I was like, don't even worry about it. Like, it's fine. Like, it's just gonna be a quick thing, um, for me. And she's like, nah, no, no, hold on. And so she gets the mop and she mops the floor because it was like sand and water and stuff on a black tile. It'd be looking like something else, okay, y'all. Anyways, so I go use the bathroom. I just had to like switch my shorts. I come out, and then as I come out, or as I'm like, yeah, like I'm already out the stall. She's like, wait here. I have something for you. Don't leave, okay? I have something for you. And and then I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, but I'm kind of like, what? I was like, yeah, I gotta, but when I said what I said out loud was like, I gotta wash my hands anyway, so yeah, I'll be here. And then I go wash my hands, and then I like go off to the side because you got ladies primping themselves, and then you got ladies needing to wash their hands and stuff. So I go to the side, but I'm right by the sinks though, and I just start putting like aloe on my face and things like that. Oh yeah, I rinse my face, by the way. Yeah, that too. And I'm like primping myself, but I'm not really like I'm primping myself, but I'm going slow because honestly, I would have not really like heed to what she was, with the direction she said to me. I would have just left because it's like this is a bathroom, like let me go, like let me do what I need to do and let me go. But I stayed, I went slow, and then she's like, she comes from the left side, and like she's like, come with me, and then she walks to the right side to this like closet, utility closet, or her area or whatever. And then she gives me, she folds this up and puts it with this paper and says, here, take this. And she says, this is the last one I have. And then she said something about the others, um, something about the others like come too, but this is the last one I have. And she said keep praying. And I just know I just know that that was like an angel of some sort, from God, or maybe, I don't know how it works. Either an angel is in that person, that body, to carry out their angel God, their God's angels, like, to carry out in the world in a body. Or but I do feel like that was an angel. I was gonna say, or the Lord used that woman as a vessel to say a message to me. But I have seen her before, and she gives this, like, it almost look like the way she looks sometimes, and like so focused on her work, it seems like she's like annoyed, or like she about to pop out you with some disrespect. But she's a really, like, sweet lady. And I met her before. I didn't think that she remembered me. For a second, as I walked away, I felt like maybe she got me confused with somebody else. And but she was like, keep praying. And I took it. It's almost like she was like preparing me, like, hey, come on, come on. All right, you need this, and you need this. So say this. It's like she was like, and y'all, I didn't really grow up with I didn't really grow up with anybody supporting me, anybody like guiding me to like greatness. I never really um I didn't grow up like that. So to have this random person do that, but the reason why this is hold. I promise. I promise I don't cry the whole video. I promise. Um, so that was at the beach yesterday, right? She gives me this one, this $2 bill, and y'all, when I saw the $2 bill, I'm telling you, I was like, this is God. And not because a $2 bill is very rare to find. You don't find them anymore. You don't get them when you go to the store. You're gonna get ones, okay? I don't remember the date, but it definitely had to be in the middle of winter. It probably was. It was before I started working. I think it had. Okay. I kept the receipt, so I have to find the receipt. I was in a shelter on a whole different side of town. A whole different side of town. Um, and I went to Popeyes. Um, it might have been around like 10. And I went into Popeyes, and this was the first time I really like went into Popeyes to get any type of food. But I was like craving fried chicken, and I went to see about the wings. And so, wait, no, is this the first time? This might have been my second time. I used to get like the 6.99 wings like as like a treat for myself. Periodically. Um, and I just like the way that this particular Popeyes did the chicken. They actually really like fried it, and it would be like, anyways. So I went to this. This is like a whole year ago. Okay, I went to this Popeyes, and I came in there, and there was this guy that was literally had a stack of $2 bills. I thought it was just cash though. He starts fanning it out. I guess he knew the people working there. So he making it rain on the other side of the counter. He making it he made it rain a little bit, like, on the customer side of the counter. But I was behind him, and he gave me this one. So I know this one is this. I particularly folded it like this because this is how I fold my cash. But he gave me this one, and like this one is from the lady from yesterday. So I just recognized the 2, and then I just recognized the 12, and I just feel like it goes together. Oh, and they're signed by different people. Well, obviously because it's different years. This one's from 2017. This is the one that I first got. And then this one's from 2013. Oh yeah. Fun fact. I can't really tell you where this cash came from, but if you like find out, if you Google like the B, like it's from a specific state that it was like made or like dispatched at or whatever, however you say it. But that was like a year ago. And I told myself I would not spend this $2 bills no matter how broke I go. I made the mistake. My grandfather, he gave me a $2 bill. Maybe like 2 years before he passed, and I ended up spending that for food. So imagine if I just kept that. But um when she gave me this though, I don't vape, but I kind of took this as like I need to start smoking treat. And it's smoking weed is like a muscle memory thing. Um, and I blame myself because even though he wasn't really a significant other, an insignificant other I was with, really like pulled me in to like smoke more. It was so acidine and naive of me, and like I just felt like at that point I could feel that my life needed to take a turn for the better, but I just was so caught up being like I just was caught up with a lot of things that I never really addressed. And even though I started smoking like in my 20s, my early 20s, like I would, instead of smoking as a child, I would disassociate. I would just like disassociate, and just like the way I visualize it is like, you're laying at the bottom of a pool or ocean, and you're alive still, okay? This is not morbid. You're just like watching, just watching, everything from above drifting past you, and then next you know, you come up from the surface, come, and it's hours went by. So I would disassociate a lot to have time go by because um, life wasn't really. I was trying to make. I always make the best of everything. I always do. I had to. Otherwise, like it would have been worse for me. I had to, but a lot of things, like honestly, fifth grade and fifth grade was probably even in elementary school. I would like it almost was so it was so funny because I would be thinking it's a Monday and then it's a Friday and I'm like happy, but it's like, oh, I have to be home. But then it's like, oh, okay, I don't have to wake up early. That's good. Like I would forget, like I would get the days mixed up all the time. It was such a regular thing because every day just felt like the same day. And it felt like that was death. It's not was, it is death to me to like just do the same thing every day all the time. It'd be different if you love it, but even if you love it, like switch it up. And I think that's like where I just associate like scheduling with death because like even when your heart is still beating, God is still putting life into you, but you're just your mind, you're dying inside. The everything that you were working towards is physical. It's not helping you inside. It's just so in order for me to not off myself, I would just do that, going through the motions. Definitely high school. It felt like so long, but I was just as soon as I was literally thinking to myself the first day of school, I was like, dang, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna make it to the how am I gonna make it to the stage, like to the how am I gonna like graduate, and I don't even want to participate in this school, like I don't even want to participate. High school, I knew I really should have like changed schools because it really like my high school, it was just the same old people that I went to school with in like middle school, elementary school, like some new people, I guess, but they like everybody was just so like unoriginal. Like I mean, not everybody, but the people that I wanted to be friends with, I feel like they looked at me as like problems. Like I would cause attention to myself and they didn't like that. And then the people that I like defaulted to be my friend, like they were trash. Like, I mean, we're all the same, we're all young, but they weren't. I don't think I was a good friend either, but they weren't a good friend either. Like, we just. And I wasn't a good friend on purpose, to be honest, because I felt like they just never deserved that. They never. I felt like they never really deserved to see a different side of me. They never really deserved to like see other how not how I really am because I'm always gonna be me, but there's different slides that I will put on or take off if whenever I do feel comfortable or don't feel comfortable. And so I don't know. When you try and have a deep conversation with somebody and then they try and change it into a joke, you realize that that's not the person to have deep conversations with. But then you realize, oh, that's everybody that I'm hanging out with. Then it's like, oh, I don't want to. And